I have no respect for money. There are people who are much smarter with money than me. I don't have any respect for money at all. I don't believe in saving money. And I think a lot of that is down to I'm not advocating people to be like this. It's my life philosophy and the fact that I don't live in any realm of fear at all. I can't imagine myself not being able to make more. I can't ever be poor. And if I wanted something now that took every penny of my net worth, then I would buy it because I want it. I don't care. I don't think, oh, God, I have a safety net. I don't give a shit about money that way.
I'm a bit of a believer in a safety net, I'm afraid to say.
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah,
I know I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong on this one. It is good to have a safety net and it is good to have a healthier respect for money. I have no respect for money.
I mean, my safety net, I don't ever intend to use it in any way, shape or form. And it's a sizable amount of money, but that's my safety net. I don't need it. I can make it again. I can make more. It doesn't matter.
Completely. And I have a safety net by accident because I haven't spent all my money, but I have never sat and thought I want something and that's too much. I'll give you an example. I have an 812 Superfast, a Ferrari. I love it very much. They've released
very nice.
Yep. They've released the 812 Superfast Competition. They've released the competition version. Instead of 400 grand, it's 1.6 million, which is a big difference for a bit of a body kit. And I want one in Europe and I want one in Dubai. So I bought two. So I bought $3.2 million of Ferraris. Should I have done that? Well, yeah, I can. But my point is I'm happy to just spend money. Don't give a shit, right? But that's down to my faith in myself. So when you're asking how much of my income is disposable, in my mind, all of it. I don't give a shit. I have a lot of money left because I can't possibly spend it, but I'm happy to spend all my money. What really matters are the systems you build, the robust systems. If you have a robust system that's guaranteed to pay you $50,000 a day, and it always will, and you have faith in it, and you're working hard and you're on top of it, and it's gonna pay you at 9 a.m. every morning 50 grand, you can spend 50 grand a day if you wanted to. You know, you may not want to, but you could. So for me, all of my money is disposable.
So how much would you say you spend in a year? So let's take 2022. How much do you spend on yourself in 2022?
On myself. That's a good question. But then it gets gray. It gets gray. What's
but you
for
know,
me? What's
but
for the business?
you know what I mean yourself. The cars are for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say I spend £1 million or $1 million a month. And then that probably doesn't include big purchases. So about $1 million a month, but then there's big purchases outside.
Oh, so we're getting to about 25 mil this year then.
Yeah, something like that.
Get in.
Yeah. I spend a lot of money, but I've explained my life. My life is as crazy as a life can possibly be lived. But
that craziness in your life also then creates money.
Well, exactly. And it's the cycle and it all feeds back into each other. But I don't ever sit and concern myself with, am I spending too much? If I thought I was spending too much, I would simply find a way to make more money. And a lot of people talk about efficiency as well. I've had people talk about working smart, not hard. That is true. But I believe that you need to fill your day with all of the hard work first. I think that working smart is a matter of being more efficient with all the time you should spend working. If you sit there and go, I want to work smart, not hard, so I work an hour a day, well, then you're still lazy. You should work smart and hard and do 15 smart hours a day. That's how you win. So, and there's always endless work to do. The other thing I will say to people is you can always find work. I've had a lot of people say, well, there's no work to do. Yes, there is. You can find work to do. This podcast, by the time it's completed, you could make individual TikToks and put them on TikTok.
And we will.
But with a slightly different edit for the next 10 years, if you wanted to.
100% all the accounts.
There's endless work to do. You have to find the work. And even if each TikTok gets one view, one at a time, people hear about the podcast. There's no such thing as no work to do. Yeah. So you have to wake up and find the work to do and do it and just say, you know what, this is all I'm going to do. And a lot of it as well, if I'm giving advice to people, comes from constructing a life around you. Because people say, well, I don't want to work all the time. I have no social life. My social life's work. My best friends and me run our companies. We have the most fun in the office working. That's our fun, right? And my woman's there and she's making us coffee. My relationships work. It's all work. Like it's all done. So I don't have to separate things and compete against each other. Like that makes you ultra competitive. But yeah, I think all of my income's disposable and I have no respect for money. Money for me is a tool. And I use it to get whatever I want and bend the world.
So why do you think that's an unhealthy
Because when I say that, there's going to be some brokey who spends all his money. And
I think also you remember where you've come from as well. There's always, because for me, there's always that in the back of my mind. In fact, I'd say I struggle to get over the fact that I've come from very little, and I struggle to spend what I probably should.
Yeah, it's part of that. And I don't want to encourage people at home to be completely financially irresponsible, because even though